Okay, so moving right along. To each his own. What's the secret of life? Following the hints of the universe. And the hints of the universe, it leads you to the people you're supposed to talk to, and it leads the people you're supposed to talk to you. Contract. Silent contract transfer. There is a silent transfer of information. Tactile contact. There has to be. There's a silent transfer of information that happens between people on this planet. Something else is being transferred here. It is karma. There's a transfer, a silent transfer of information. When people run into each other, they see each other, they speak to each other. What the? Okay. Something very fishy. She tried to talk to me and the dog started to act up, stood in front of me at my feet and barked at her. The dog put its back to me. I just finished bending down, petting the dog. The dog was the friendliest thing ever. The old couple walks up to me. The dog is the friendliest thing ever. He comes up to me. The dog starts to pet me. The dog's name is... It's irrelevant. But when she told me the dog's name, I knew it matched one of the names. There was a coincidence there. Oh, was it Alex? Something like that, I forget. The dog's name was... Zoe. Hello. Wow, what type is this?
Great Dane Shepherd.
A great...
Don't jump up.
A Great Dane Shepherd.
Yeah, he's going to be a big boy.
Just from the look of the paws, yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, those are the Great Dane paws.
Fun wow.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, my camera's going, so if you guys don't mind.
Yeah. Oh.
All right.
We'll look for it on YouTube.
How'd you know that? Have a good day. Yeah, anyway, moving right along. Who says this is going on YouTube? I never said anything about YouTube. YouTube, my tube, iTube. Yeah, left tube, right tube. Oh, we're trailing. Okay. Excuse me while I adjust my accoutrements. Apparently we are trailing here. Our microphone cord. Without choking myself, I shall readjust. That's good. Okay. We're off. If you go out in the woods today, be sure to be in disguise. If you go out in the woods today, you're in for a big surprise. Today's the day. If ever there was, today's the day. I don't say because today's the day. The teddy bears have their picnic. The Canadian Bruce Trail. You can kind of love it. Take a walk with me into your own mind. Fear. Fear is something people manifest out of ignorance. Fear was thrown in to season things like pepper in a meal. Believe me, your imagination can do more damage than anything else. However, if you choose a life of peace and tranquility, you will realize that the universe, as the Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith has already said, the universe will conform to your song. And wherever you go, you'll be surrounded by a bubble of peace and joy, tranquility, punctuated by moments of joy and pleasure and bliss. Because every step you take, you bless the planet, the earth, and the universe in which you exist. This is living in harmony with the universe. Some people say, what if I step on something tiny? The law of natural selection. The universe is always at play. If you go for a walk and during the course of your walk you look down and you see an ant and you avoid that ant intentionally, that was supposed to happen. Thank you very kindly. But at the same time, if you go for a walk or a drive and you step on an ant as you go for your walk, or you step on a bird, a butterfly, whatever it is, as you're driving along, you hit a bird, it was meant to happen. You didn't do it intentionally. The original you, your judgment as you put it, is based on your intentions, not on the actual events of your movie, because you are here to experience a movie. However, if hitting a bird or something like that is something that you would not appreciate in your movie, and it's truly not going to be a part of your movie, you may hear about it, but it's not going to be a part of your movie. Why? Because the universe is always working to bring you what you really and truly desire. It's always to make your movie better. Your movie being your life situation. If you trust it and you walk constantly connected to it, and by that we mean constant prayer. What's constant prayer? Constant prayer is literally talking to the universe, working towards making the universe better. That's what's called evolution. Evolution is a constant move towards bettering yourself, bettering the planet, bettering the universe you're in, which you're a part of, which you created, which is you. As you work to better yourself, you work to better the universe. The best way for you to work to better yourself is not to work externally so much to create a better universe, but to work internally to create a better you. Because a better you makes better decisions. A better you has a better attitude towards everything it sees. A better you with a better attitude towards everything it sees attracts better experiences as it goes through life. And those experiences range from money to relationships to objects, things, experiences, health, and overall well-being. This is the real secret of life. Not to blindly go forth, get an education, and then blindly go into a job and work your tail off to see if you can make money. But to come into a reality, come into a oneness with the reality around you, which is that you literally are this living, breathing universe. You created it. Then you jumped into the body, this machine, this organic machine, to experience this magic right here. To experience life. To experience what happens naturally, with the awareness that it literally is perfect. Everything has its perfect place, or none of this would actually exist. But all of this is alive and literally living and feeling and breathing. Everything is moving. Yes, it's the other half of you, the planet Earth itself. You don't stop at your feet. The most balanced way to look at the universe is that there literally is a division of three. The awareness, the unseen, and the seen. The awareness is the consciousness that is you and me and every other sentient being, whether on this planet or not. And believe me, there are countless planets out there that have sentient beings, much more advanced, much more aware, much more in tune, much more in harmony with the universe than there are on this planet. Earth, Tiamat, is a nursery housing potentially some of the most powerful beings throughout this universe, because the power is literally within your capacity to change your perception and belief, and then empower images with emotion. Because human beings are capable of such powerful emotion, we can fire images and bring them to life. We have the power of manifestation, as do many other beings throughout the universe, but it is a gift from the One. Awakening to this gift, you also awaken to the fact that you have the responsibility to use it wisely, to benefit everything you see, because everything you see really and truly is you and me. From the flower to the rock to the wood, whether it's in tree form or bridge form, it can still feel. It's simply changed form. It's still me. It's still you. Nothing is ever wasted. Nothing is ever lost. Everything simply changes form. Dirt is absorbed by a tree, which then bears fruit, which is eaten by you and me, which then turns into a child. That child continues to eat the fruit which is made from the tree, which is made from the dirt. That you see? The cycle of life. More like the bubble of life. Everything is intermixed. Difference is visual only. And the visual is variety. If every human being was black, this place would be boring. If every human being was white, this place would be boring. If every human being was Chinese, this place would be boring. This is the reason why we see intermarriage all over the place, because people like variety. From sex to love to friendship, people like variety. If every player on a football field was wearing a black jersey, it would be hard to play the game. We need contrast in life. Drop the charade now. White supremacy? There's nothing to be supreme over. There is only one. That one has manifested in many different forms. But if you want to feel superior to yourself, hey, go ahead. It's a great feeling. However, keep it internal. You can feel, and you're entitled to feel however you wish to feel. The issue that we run into as human beings is when we try and impose those feelings on other human beings. Your personal opinion is your personal opinion. I don't ask anybody to believe a word I say here. I simply put it down. What you choose to believe is up to you. I would be very upset if you chose to get upset about something. No, because that's what you've chosen to do. I would be very upset if, no, you see, that's just it, I don't get upset. But if you did choose to get upset about this video for some reason, you don't agree with something in the video, that's your prerogative. You're allowed to disagree with whatever you want to disagree with. Just don't let it get you upset and spoil your day. If you don't agree with it, ignore it, move on. If you agree with it, you're welcome to it. Take it as your own. This is how we grow. This is how we evolve. We hear an idea and we accept it or reject it. And with that, I welcome anyone watching this video to welcome it, the ideas, or reject them. Take what you will from it. It's a supermarket. Realize this. Like attracts like. This is a natural law of the universe, like the law of gravity. If I let go of the camera, it drops to the ground. It's always in effect. It's immutable. You can't change it. It's always there. The one supreme entity that is all of this is the only one supreme entity that can change that fact to allow the camera to float. Remain where it is, to move. That power is within each of us. Like a muscle, it can be trained and grow. The more you think about something, the more energy you give it. The more feeling and passion you put into a thought, an image, an event, an experience, is the more you attract that experience, that image, that event, that object into your physical reality. Faith literally is repeating something over and over until it becomes your true, deepest belief. Consistent faith, daily repetition. We do this with children in school. Repeat this, repeat that. Repeat the national anthem. That's faith. I am an American. I am a Canadian. I am an African. I am a Russian. I am Chinese. I am human. I am Earthican. Does it really take Independence Day for all of us to come together and say, hi, how are you? You're Earthican, aren't you? Who cares? Hi, nice to see you. I'm glad you exist. Hi, nice to see you. I'm glad you exist. I'm glad you're healthy. I'm glad you're smiling. I'm glad you exist. Whether you're healthy or not, I am so glad to see you. There's a crow flying overhead. I don't know if you can see it on camera. I'm glad to see you. I don't say this and think this just to people. I say this and think this to every animal. I see every bird, every plant, every tree. Hi, me. A butterfly. Welcome. That doesn't mean that I have to remember to do it every time. It's a given because everything is me. It's the attitude that you're cultivating when you're saying these things. There goes Mr. Raccoon crossing the path very gently. I don't seem to have bothered him, and gratefully, thank you. My intention out here is not to disturb nature, but to be in harmony with it. Think of it this way. The raccoon is a human being, just in a different form. It's a raccoon being. Or it's a dog being, or a horse being. Forget the physicality of the animal that you're looking at, including the human animal, and treat everything equally. See everything with just as much love as you would pour into your firstborn. See everything with just as much love as you would pour into your newlywed spouse. That is me. That is you. That's everyone you see. Whether you can see them or not, whether they exist or they existed in form at one time or another, they're still here. They may have changed form. And how many times have you squished them because they're a fly that came by to visit you? Or some other bug that came to visit you? A bee that flew by. You miss somebody so much because they just died, and you go driving down the road and a bee flies slams straight into the windshield. That's the law of attraction. I miss you so much, I've attracted you so much, you came flying at me and slammed right into the windshield. You were a bee. You came back as a bee. Well, part of your energy anyway. This is life. Energy attracts like energy. These are the little unsung mysteries that play out every day because human beings are tied up in tradition. Tradition is a tool the universe put in place in order to make sure that human beings believed the story they were playing so that they would develop society to the point that it has gotten to today. 2012 is about an awakening on a spiritual level to the truth of existence. Why? Because we have reached a critical development point in mankind. Machines have reached such a level in automation that we are now able to fully automate the majority of our factories today, freeing up more time for us to enjoy life, get out with nature, build families, but primarily to develop, evolve to the next level. And that next level is mainly living in harmony with this planet. And I don't mean just recycling at home. I mean literally living in harmony with the planet, realizing that every event that takes place is real and positive. You may not understand the reasons for it, but realize that it is positive and it'll always be positive. Your perception may not see it as positive, but the universe is always bringing what you want to you, whether you consciously can understand that or not. Think of it this way. Unconditional love. The universe loves you unconditionally. Honey, if you're in a negative vibration, I'm going to bring you whatever it is that you're in that vibration of. Honey, if you're in a positive vibration, I'm going to bring you whatever is in like vibration. Why? because I'm not going to question you. When you get into form, you're going to forget who you are. By design, the human form is a machine that the brain is not developed enough as a baby to load the human form with the awareness of who it really is, and the channels are not fully open. It's designed this way for you to experience what it's like to live life manually. Once you have lived for a few years, different in every case, and you've tried to do it manually and it's so difficult, you are brought to the point where you can't take it anymore, you're then shown the way. The way, the truth, the way to attract the life that you really and truly desire. That's how this works. Life in a nutshell. Gratitude for everything. Gratitude for existence. Gratitude for your eyesight. Gratitude for feeling, for not feeling pain, for feeling joy, for feeling peace at every moment of the day, punctuated by joy, pleasure, ecstasy. I'm not talking about the bloody drug either. I'm talking about natural feeling of ecstasy, a roller coaster ride, a birthday, a child's laughter, a baby's laughter. That's what I'm talking about. Realizing that life is here to be enjoyed every moment. Not just when you're having something happy happen to you, but when you're sitting quietly and peacefully to appreciate the fact that you're not in pain. You want to cultivate gratitude? Start thinking about the worst case scenario of anything that can happen to you, something that you really don't want to happen to you, something that would hurt a lot. That will, a minute of thinking of something like that, something horrific in your own perception, will bring you into a state of gratitude for the fact that it has not happened, and will bring you into a state of gratitude, thanking for the fact that it will never happen, and you thank for the contrast. Thank you for the contrast. Thank you for keeping me safe. Focus this thanks on the invisible you, the original you that put you in the form you're in now. Realize that form is listening to you, okay? When you're by yourself, there's only one mechanism that's able to emit vocal sounds, which is the mechanism that you currently are using. You're driving the vehicle called the human body, the mouth. So the only person that's able to make sounds with it is you, because you swore the other half, the original you, to silence. You were given control. It's not going to take the keys and drive the human for you unless you surrender. You turn around and voluntarily give up control of your avatar to God. Yep, the original you. The God you. Ha ha ha. Yes, you give up control to the original you, the God you. You're kidding me. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a... one bug feeding on the shell of what's left of a much larger bug. Form, changing form, using form for material to build another form. Sounds like us, constantly evolving, changing shape. Hey, what's eating you? You. You're always eating you. Different form of you, yes, but you're always eating you. You know, people curse food that they eat when they actually don't even realize that they're actually cursing themselves. oh, I hate donut, I love donuts so much, but oh my God, this is gonna put so much weight on my hips. You're actually telling the food, which is literally you, seconds before you turn it into you, you're telling it what you want it to do, and you're telling it to put something on your hips. Should you not be telling it the opposite? No, because that's the experience you want. Unconsciously, that's what you want, so that you have something to complain about. Why? To make your life interesting. You want to make your life interesting? Focus on the good thoughts. Focus on winning the lottery. Focus on getting a better job at 10 times the pay. Focus on meeting the person of your dreams. Focus on your children doing perfect in school. Focus on your car running perfectly. Imagine those things instead. Imagine the good thoughts. Focus on having a fantastic walk. Focus on meeting great people every day that you go out of your house. Focus on winning a house if you want to win a house. Focus on whatever you can imagine. Add feeling to it. Add passion to it. Add positive energy to it. And watch what happens. You'll transform your life just by imagining the life that you want. Teachers all over the world, Mike Dooley, Michael Beckwith, all the teachers of the secret, and so many more around this planet are teachers of the secret. They're all shepherds. Let me see. Kind of like the big one. Jesus. Yeah, himself was one of the teachers of the secret. So, there you go. The Bruce Trail, Niagara to Tobermory, Southern Ontario. Walk your butt off. You want to get fit? There's a lot of women out there that want to stay fit. Hit the trails this summer. Walk in nature, in silence, with the intention. Intention is one of the most powerful things you can use. Your intention for going somewhere, for doing something, literally tells the universe what you expect. Especially when it's a spiritual thing. I intend to go and walk and develop myself spiritually. If you realize and work your life from the point of view that every event is primarily for a spiritual reason, your life begins to change. Why? Because you are working life in a reversed fashion now, realizing that the majority of what is there is nothing, and things, planets, nebulas, galaxies, these make up only less than 1% of the entire universe. The majority of the universe is literally matter, dark energy, dark matter. Dark meaning unlit by a solar celestial sun. Yes, it's matter, energy, without a light shining on it. Well, duh, take away a sun and you take away the light. The sun is an object. Well, these suns that we see throughout our solar system and other solar systems literally are that. They're sources of light. So you have excited dark matter that produces light. It's still dark matter. It's still dark energy. It's still the original energy, the original ether, which is the body of God, the body of us. Yeah, in our original state, that's what we are. And the awareness, so there you go, the two pieces. The energy and the awareness that is aware of the energy. That is the consistency of the original one God. Ta-da! Cole's Notes version of who and what we are is according to Ty. No. Ty is just an avatar. This is the world according to the divine God, which is you. And don't worry, if you don't believe it, you don't have to. This isn't meant for anybody else but those who believe it. Those who don't believe it, you don't have to. And I'm glad you don't, because variety is the spice of life. If everybody believed the same thing, what the hell would we talk about? Come on. Whose team won today? Mine. Did anybody's team lose? No. All our teams won. Oh, well, that's fucking boring. Shit. All right. Anybody want to go to the beach? Yep. Okay. Every time I ask a question, the answer is yes. So everybody always wants the same thing, likes the same thing, does the same. Oh, Jesus! So shoot me now. See, there you go. Variety really and truly is the spice of life. It really is. Look around you and realize that you really wouldn't want everybody to want what you want. In the Secret movie, it says not everybody wants a BMW. Well, of course everybody wants a BMW, just not at the same bloody time. Some people might hate BMWs. I used to. Ha. Now I love them. Why? Well, I test drove one and they're very nice vehicles. But so's a Mercedes, so's a Hyundai, so's a Kia, so's a Ford, so's a GM. They're all Lamborghinis to me. When you get inside the vehicle, do you really see the shape from the inside? No, that's just what other people see from the outside. I enjoy looking at the outside of them. Driving around on the inside of them, they actually have a much tighter ride. The shock absorbing system is not as comfortable as a luxury vehicle or the family sedan. So for a long trip, or even driving intercity, exotic vehicles are, I would say, on the uncomfortable side. Aesthetically, they're quite pleasing for others to look at, but for the driver, it's like being in an Indy Formula car where you have a 5-point harness and you're strapped in and your nuts are in your waist. So there you go, for men anyway. A little candid Thai humor. Moving right along, get back to nature. Nature is everything, jokes included. Life is lighthearted. You take a lighthearted approach to life, and literally it does wake up around you in the most beautiful way. Peace and solitude, happiness, joy, everywhere. When you want friends, they show up. When you want solitude, life provides it. Everything you need, because you maintain an attitude of gratitude towards everything. You maintain an attitude of gratitude towards the person that snubs you, towards the person that cuts you off. Why? Because you realize that the person that's cutting you off is not a person cutting you off. It's the universe saying to you, hey baby, slow down, you're going too fast. I'm trying to slow you down because why? I want you to exist in harmony with everything around you. Trust me, if you slow down, and don't get upset at the car to cut you off, just slow down. It's me. I just pulled in front of you because I need you to slow down. Now just relax, be happy, and go, okay, you want me to slow down? Okay, I'll slow down. And I'll smile too, and I'll say thank you. And trust me, when you get to your destination, you're going to be in perfect time. I don't care if the other person said to meet you there 20 minutes earlier. You're going to find out they were delayed too, and the two of you are going to get there at the perfect time. And even if they're there waiting on you for 20 minutes, and they're upset when you get there, that's what they're attracting. It's me. I'm just teasing you. I'm testing you. Why? They're in a different vibration. They're in a different energy. They may be in a negative energy. Why? Because you're not supposed to be dealing with them? Maybe it's a sign. I don't want you to deal with them. You're in a different energy from them. Or they would have been in a more receptive mood when you got there, even a half an hour late. There you go. Life in a nutshell. Road rage, California, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Everybody's personal favorite, Arnold. You went from being a skinny little kid with a speech impediment in English. You're an Austrian, you spoke perfect Austrian. But you went from a skinny little kid with an English speech impediment to bodybuilder, Mr. Olympia, repeatedly, movie actor, successful movie star, superstar, governor of California. And the list goes on and on and on, yada, yada, yada. Okay, humans. He's a good example. If you're gonna find an example to live your life by, pick a successful one, pick a famous one. If you're gonna learn from somebody, learn from the famous people in life. I'm not saying teachers are not heroes in their own right, but realize that you have intelligence within you to decide what you really and truly should believe. The traditional method of teaching is going out the window, haven't you noticed? Okay, teach me how to do mathematics, teach me English, how to communicate, teach me a language, inspire a fire inside me to learn, yes, and to look at my history to figure out who I am. But further than that, teach me to live my life in harmony with the universe and follow my heart. Because as long as I'm following my heart, I always seem to be happy and in harmony with everything around me. And life flows beautifully for every person who lives this way. As you go to work, as you go through life, everything flows. Because you always do what your heart tells you. You follow your heart. At times in the beginning it may be a little rough, but as you do it more and more with gratitude towards the unseen, towards the original you, for every step, remember, bless you, bless you, bless you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank the universe for everything you do. For everything it gives you is a gift. Everything is a gift. The universe is giving you a gift every time you go, every time you have a breath, every time you open your eyes, every time you blink, every time you look at something, that's a gift. You could go blind the next second, you could have a stroke, you could have a heart attack, anything could happen. The universe can take that gift away at any second. That's the point. To realize that this is a gift that you've given yourself and you want to make the best of it. It's not just to say, hey, I'm going to fill myself with gratitude just for the just for the fuck of it. I'm just going to fill myself up with gratitude. No. There's literally an upside to this, a physical upside to this, because you lift your body to a vibration where it is so positive, it attracts more positive events. These positive events range from meeting the right person, to getting the right job, to being in the right place at the right time, to winning the lottery. Yes, you want to attract money, fame, fortune, whatever it is you want, this is how you do it. The Secret came out as a movie, as a book, as a movie. Rhonda Byrne has been blasting it across the internet and everywhere else anybody she can talk to. There's a reason why people are so gung-ho about it. And then you have a small group of people who are very against this. Oh, it's just, whatever. And for them, the time is just not right for them to accept it. Trust me, they'll come into it in their own time. Why does it work for some so quickly and for others it doesn't? Because The Secret is more than just a money attractor. It's a process of introspective awareness where you look internally to find out who you really and truly are. Before you can go forward, you've got to figure out where you are. If you were dropped on this planet and you wanted to find New York City, well, wouldn't you need to know where the hell New York City is and where you are before you can go to New York City? The two things you need: origin and destination. Gratitude, the words thank you, danka, salamat, Grazie. These words, literally, in any language, thank you, gratitude, with feeling, with passion behind it, to everything you see. Look at everything with loving eyes and realize that everything is you and me. Be grateful for every tree. You breathe out, they breathe in. You are the yin, they are the yang. Every plant. You breathe out, they breathe in. Black and white, day and night, left and right, up and down, yin and yang. Balance in life is what humans seek. Balance in life, walking in heaven, by definition, you're in it. Perception, though, one man's heaven is another man's hell. But walking in heaven literally is being at peace, a life of peace, perpetual peace, punctuated with moments of joy and bliss and ecstasy. Peace, all of it is subject to your own personal judgment. What your idea of peace is. A life of walking around with a little smile on your face, knowing that all is well with this planet and you and everything around you. Why? There's war here and there's strife here and there's dying there and there's everything else going on around me, and that's life. That's not perfect. Want to bet? Life literally is your own perception. If you're going to worry about everything else on the planet, realize that you are living from the perspective of illusion. Everything is energy. Just because you hear about something in the news doesn't mean that it is a part of your life, unless you make it. If you want to make it a part of your life, then go ahead. But complaining about anything never solved it. Complaining about everything never fixed it. What's the best thing you can do for this planet? Realize that everything is interconnected. And the more energy you give to something is the more you feed it and the more it grows. So realize that you are a part of what's going on here. The more you complain about it is the more you're giving it energy. So focus on gratitude always. Gratitude for the stuff that's here. And gratitude grows more gratitude. Let me give you another better way to look at it. You buy a BMW, it's brand new, you drive it out of the showroom on a rainy, muddy day. You're driving home, you get home, you park it in the garage. You're not going to get out of that BMW, stand there in your garage, look at the BMW and say, it's a piece of shit, because it's covered in mud. You'll see past the mud and focus on it and go, I got a brand new Beamer, baby. I got a brand new Mercedes. I got a brand new Hummer or a brand new Range Rover, whatever it is. You know, I got a brand new Kia. I got a brand new Hyundai. I got a brand new Toyota. I got a brand new GM or Ford. See, realize that perception is what counts. If you love your Ford or you love your GM or you love your Kia or your Hyundai or Fiat or whatever it is, that's what counts. That is what counts. How you feel is what counts. That's the entire point. To you, it's a Lamborghini. And if you see it as a Lamborghini, pretty soon it'll upgrade itself, and it'll upgrade and upgrade and upgrade all the way up to a Lamborghini. Or it may just flip one day and turn into a Lamborghini. Your passion and your love generates the life that you lead. The more interested you are in your movie, other than the movies on the screen, is the more your life is going to respond to you. wrap itself around you with love and generate and manifest all the things that you really and truly want. That is life. It really is. Imagine living every day as if you are the star of a movie.